Hello YouTube, my name is Nero and today we some Call of Duty Black Ops 3 playing the beta, and what we're going to be doing here with this video is talking about the brand new game mode that has been added to the Black Ops 3 beta. That game mode is going to be called Safeguard. What is Safeguard? You guys may be asking yourselves. Well, essentially it is an escort style of game mode where if you're on the attacking team, you have a robot and you need to escort this robot from one end of the map to the other to the objective, and the opposing team who is on defense is going to be trying to defend that objective. How you win this is by basically taking your robot and getting it to the opponent's objective, and then in the next round, when you're defending the objective, making it so the opposing team doesn't get their robot towards your objective. Now, if you do let them, there's going to be an overtime, and basically there seems to be infinite rounds where you go back and forth until basically one team shuts down the other team from actually escorting the robot to the objective. It's a pretty fun and interesting game mode, and of course something brand new to Call of Duty. I can remember way back all the way to Modern Warfare 3, there was rumors of a style of game mode like this coming to Call of Duty. It was called Escort, right? Who remembers these rumors back from pre-launch of Modern Warfare 3? And of course we saw this pre-launch in just about every single Call of Duty game. People were speculating that this Escort game mode was going to be coming. There's lots of quote-unquote leaked information going around, but essentially there was supposed to be an Escort game mode coming to Call of Duty where it would be similar to Search and Destroy in that everybody only had one life, but one person on the attacking team would be equipped with like a pistol, and it would basically be up to the rest of the teammates to actually escort that one VIP person to a predetermined destination on the map, and then of course it was up to the opposing team to actually shut them down and not allow them to. It was an interesting idea, but of course it never came to fruition. It never actually came into the Call of Duty series, and this new game mode Safeguard is the first real escort style of a game mode that's actually made its way into the Call of Duty franchise. What are my impressions of it so far? I think it's really fun. I actually really like it. I tried it out last night when they first unveiled it, and initially I didn't like it as much because I was like the person that was like constantly trying to stand on the robot, trying to escort it across the map, and of course I was just dying left and right. But then I found that the game mode itself requires a bit more map setup. It requires a bit more... It definitely requires a lot more setup, I suppose. I think that's the perfect word for it. It requires a lot more map control and a lot more map setup to actually get the robot across the map pretty effectively. You can't just, kind of similar to a hard point or similar to a domination flag, just keep throwing bodies on it trying to get it across the map, because you're just going to keep on dying that way. You have to actually control parts of the map, making it so the people that are getting on your robot are able to actually move the robot forward. It's definitely an interesting game mode because you have a lot of teamwork that's actually put together in this if you want to actually escort your robot from one end of the map to the other. It has got a bit of controversy and a bit of criticism in that a lot of people are considering this to be the new kill horror style of a game mode, because it's definitely easy to rack up a ton of kills while playing in this game mode. Because keep in mind, while you're escorting this robot, right, while you're escorting the robot, you need to be roughly within the range of like a hard point objective or maybe a domination flag, and think of how vulnerable you are on a domination flag or how vulnerable you are on a hard point objective, and that's how you are all the time while you're trying to escort the robot, right? You're within this little tiny area, the opposing team knows exactly where you are, and so it's definitely difficult sometimes to get the robot across map, which again is why it comes down to not just throwing your body on the robot trying to get him across map, but you have to actually try and set up map control and actually push forward, have people that are actually running ahead and clearing out rooms and holding down buildings and stuff like that. It definitely requires a lot of teamwork and definitely requires a lot of different kinds of roles of players, which I think is pretty good. But at the same time, yes, it is very easy to rack up kills. You could be somebody, which I'll admit it, you'll see me in a lot of these videos, I'm not necessarily the person that's diving on the robot. I'm more or less the person that's running forward and clearing the way for the robot. Or if we're playing on defense, of course, my sole job is to, kill the opposing team. But still, it's definitely very easy to quote-unquote kill horror this game mode and get a ton of points and a ton of kills. And it's actually really fun. I think it's a very fun game mode. I think it's, if I had to compare it to another game mode, it kind of feels like war in a way. Like there's definitely this tug-of-war style. The opposing team is always on one side of the map and your team's always on the other side of the map. There's not really a ton of flanking. Of course it does happen, but it's kind of like this big tug-of-war style of a game mode, which I think is definitely pretty fun. It's very hectic, very fast-paced, lots of kills, lots of action, lots of fun. Overall, I think it's a really cool addition to Black Ops 3, and I'm very happy they decided to let us try it out here in the beta as compared to making its way all the way to November. Although it would have been a pretty cool surprise, I think, come November, but chances are they're actually going to have a bunch of other really cool game modes that they've actually ended up putting together. Maybe they'll be great, maybe they'll be terrible, you never really know, because while we do have some some really cool new game modes coming to Call of Duty. For example, I think Safeguard here is a very good game mode. Remember when they added in Hardpoint? That was, of course, a fantastic game mode. When they added in Kill Confirmed, that was a fantastic game mode. But they also added in some not-so-fantastic game modes, like Team Defender. Like, that wasn't very good. You think of Hunted. That wasn't very good. So they're definitely trying to make new game modes in the Call of Duty franchise. Some of them are great, some of them are terrible, and it's all really up to the community and to whether or not we actually enjoy these game modes. And from my own personal perspective, my own personal opinion, I think Safeguard's really fun, given the hour or so I've been able to play with it so far, and I'm definitely looking forward to playing with it a bit more. But it's definitely a real catch-22, because today is actually the last day of the Black Ops 3 beta on the PlayStation, so I want to play as much of the beta as humanly possible, but I also need to make as many videos of the beta as humanly possible. And while I'm rendering videos, I can't record because it takes up way too much power on my PC, and while I'm uploading videos, I can't play the beta itself because it's straining my internet connection, thus giving me just horrible lag. And it's like, it's such a catch-22. I need to play the beta, I need to make videos of the beta, and it's like, it's the last day as well. But fortunately, I do have an Xbox One. I'll, of course, also be playing the Xbox One beta, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of this little video here, talking about the new game mode Safeguard. I actually think it's a very fun game mode. I'm definitely interested to hear your guys' opinions on the game mode Safeguard in the comment section below, from those of you guys who have actually been able to play the game mode, or maybe those of you guys that haven't, and just based on the videos you've watched, or maybe the live streams you've watched, what is your opinion so far on the Safeguard game mode? Let me know about that. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Remember to leave a rating. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.